August 2007, film guru Rick Menello moved back to Brooklyn. With nowhere else to go, he returned to the home of his childhood friend, fellow film buff Mel Neuhaus. Can two former NYU film students talk about movies without driving each other crazy?
We're talking ironically about bloopers and flubs, and the kings of early live TV flubs were probably the kings of comedy, Abbott and Costello. They had, as you know, a long film career, and then they were successful on radio and immensely successful on TV.
Right.
During and after that series, however, they rotated as hosts for this show called the Colgate Comedy Hour with Martin and Lewis.
The Colgate Comedy Hour has been presented by...
And they did that from like 1951 to 1954.
Were these shows done live?
These shows were done live, and that's it.
That's the beauty of it.
And Abbott and Costello, who never liked to rehearse anyway,
right,
were like, they figured, oh, we'll wing it.
They destroy things, they drop lines, they do everything. So for Colgate Comedy Hour, we'll see some clips of some of their weirder things.
Hey, Abbott.
I'll do my what?
Did you ever see me pull the tablecloth from under all the stuff?
No, you don't.
I can do it.
No, you don't, Lou.
I can do it.
I say don't do it.
I can do it.
Louie, I say don't do it.
I can do it. It's
Louie.
not good, man.
Louie, I'm telling you, don't do it.
In these shows, there's a lot of going back and forth trying to figure out where they're going and what's happening. And they'll just either go back and get the line, or Lou will just like turn around and tell the audience, well, we screwed that up.
And it didn't matter.
There's particularly a lovely moment where Lou was supposed to be making a cake. Something went wrong during Bud leaves and you hear his voice off stage. At one point, Lou just yells off screen, I put the cake in it. And you hear Bud go, you were supposed to put the cake in. I put the cake in. You were supposed to put the cake in.
It's a classic
and
moment.
And you'll see what happens because
it's
clearly someone was supposed to say a cake of yeast. And a cake of yeast is what makes it get bigger rather than the cake. But someone was supposed to say a cake of yeast. They didn't, thus creating one of the great surreal moments.
Uh-oh. Something is burning. Uh-oh.
My bread.
Hey, Abbott. Hey, Abbott. Did I put the right amount of stuff in here? I put a cake in like you said.
No.
A whole cake I put in.
No, you should only put a cake in.
A cake of yeast?
Yes.
I put a whole cake in. We fluffed that one.
We fluffed that one. Someone was supposed to say, put a cake of yeast in. They all forgot it, which is the most surreal, brilliant thing. Neither of them knows what they're saying.
The funniest stuff on here is the stuff they're missing, because already by this time, they were kind of getting a little bit away from what they were in the early 40s. Like, what was that, Rick?
I was implying maybe Bud and Lou were packing away the sauce a little.
But I
didn't
think
destroy their timing.
It didn't destroy their timing, but Bud sometimes didn't know exactly where he was. And I mean, he was like the greatest straight man of all time.
Right, he'd always trying to be Paul Lou.
But he was so entrenched in the ways of like Abbott and Costello by this point. We had these set routines. And Lou wanted to move along with, the times. He goes, let's go and do stuff with guided missiles and let's do some gags about nuclear bombs and stuff. And Bud, would start to try and memorize these terms and just say, Louie, couldn't we just do mustard? It's like they were
Who's on first?